Sometimes I work out at a conventional gym up the street from here at Total Body Training. And, lately I've noticed that attendance is really low. So I walk in and normally at the time that I walk in, it's slammed. I mean, it's popping, people are lifting weights and doing shit, and there just aren't as many people there. It's pretty empty. And that is pretty much the case at a lot of fitness studios, yoga classes, cycling places, and Total Body Training. That classes are a little bit emptier because right now is considered a slow season in the fitness industry. And so, it begs this question. This question comes up is, are you still on track with your New Year's resolutions? Okay? Are you still on track with it? What is up, people? Jean Carlos here with the Total Body Training Podcast, and today's episode is, are you still on track with your New Year's resolution? Because by the looks of it, a lot of people aren't. So many people start off the year strong and ready to go. You've got this clear vision of why you need to get in shape. You've got this reason why, and you know what you need to do to get there, or so you believe. So you start off the year strong, and then something starts to happen. You stop showing up. Oh man. Oh boy. You stop showing up. And here is the deal. I'm going to go through a few things that I would suggest and some thoughts that go through your head. I've got 5 points here that you should consider if you're struggling with this. And the first one is, what is your reason why? Why did you first come in to start working out at the beginning of the year, or if it's not the beginning of the year, at any point, right? What is your reason why? For a lot of people, in my demographic, their reason why is because they want to feel better. They want to lose some weight and they want to feel better. They want to improve their health and their personal feeling about their body. And so for a lot of people, the impetus for coming in at the beginning of the year was that they didn't want to be in the family photo that they took for Christmas. And they wanted to be the person behind the camera. And then they got forced into taking that photo, and then they see themselves and they're like, Christ, I have gained a lot of weight. All right, not trying to body shame here. I'm just sharing personal experiences that I've had. Personally, that happened to me. It did when I was younger, and it has happened to multiple clients who come into me at the beginning of the year. They see that photo and they're like, shit, I gotta do something about this. This is out of control. So what I'd like you to do is to start to channel your why. And try to remember that. So maybe it's that you saw that photo and you had to come to terms with the fact that you have gained an extra 30 or 40 pounds or what have you, that you don't look the same way that you did before. Or maybe your reason why is that you just don't feel as good, man. Your energy level isn't that great. You find yourself getting winded when you go upstairs, or you're just getting tired throughout your day. You've got an immense amount of brain fog. All those things can be your reason why. Maybe you need more self-confidence. So you want to put on some mass, right? You want to put on some good tone and some definition. Maybe you've always struggled with that in your life, or maybe you just want to feel more confident in your body and you want to feel stronger. You want to be able to pick shit up and move around in a more effective way. Remember your why right now, because that's something that you're going to want to reflect on, which is number 2. Reflect on it, channel it, and write it down so that you can achieve your goal. It's so easy to forget that reason why. It's so easy when you've been living a life where where you've been slowly letting your health get the best of you. Slowly, maybe this sounds rude, but I can't think of another way to say it, is slowly letting yourself go. Right? You stop caring about your health, you stop caring about what you're eating, you stop caring about taking care of your mental health, your physical health, and things like that, so you just kind of let yourself go. And what I want you to do is to frequently reflect on your reason why. So maybe you need to think or bring out that photo of yourself from Christmas and be like, oh yeah, that's why. Or maybe you need to write it down, which I think is a really proactive way to do it, is write down, I don't like how I feel right now, and I want to feel better. Here is how I'm going to do it. Not just you wallowing in the fact that you don't feel good, right? Not just you journaling your emotions and being angry about it, but you writing down that you want to commit and you want to make your life better and you want to feel better. That is something that'll help you do. And you take out that picture and you take out the reflection that you wrote down about why you're doing things, about your why, and you reflect on it when you feel like giving up. You reflect on it. Maybe keep a note in your phone and flip through it the moment you don't feel like going to the gym that day after work. Or that photo that you don't like of yourself, and pick it up and be like, I don't want that, so I'm going. Right? Whatever helps you. Now, I know that different people have different motivators, but I think one of the strongest motivators is reflecting on what you don't like. People tend to shy away from this. Our culture sometimes tells us that you can't grow with looking back in the past. I don't know, whatever the case might be, but I think that you can grow from looking at past mistakes very, very effectively if you're willing to not wallow in them and willing to see them as a point of pain that you want to repair and fix and grow from, right? The things which hurt instruct. Benjamin Franklin. I firmly believe that, right? So channel your why, find your why, channel your why often. The third one is, do you really want it? Okay, this one's important, and there's nothing wrong with this. I'm going to say something that for some people might sound kind of harsh. So maybe, you'd like to get in shape, but you're fine, right? I mean, the thought crosses your mind, but you feel fine in what you got, right? Maybe you do have some health issues, but they don't really matter to you that much, right? Maybe you could, put on a little bit of mass, but that just isn't really, you're just not really interested, right? It doesn't really keep you preoccupied or doesn't really bother you. If that's the case, then it's perfectly okay for you to say, I just don't really want to do this fitness thing. Now, as a healthcare practitioner, as somebody who wants to help people get in shape, that might surprise you that I would say that, but it's a free country, and if your health isn't something that's really too much of a priority to you and you really don't care, you don't have to pretend to care. You don't have to keep up with this, the beauty standards of our society or with any kind of standards that anybody else has for health other than your own. So if it just doesn't matter to you, then, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Now, for those of you who do care, for those of you who do want to feel better, for those of you who do want to take better care of your health so that you can be there for your friends and family as you get older so that you can be more capable in your body, then ignore that third one, right? Because you really do want it. And you want to make something out of yourself and you want to improve your life, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? So that's all I would ask you to do, is to recognize if you really want it, and if you don't, you can step away. If you do, then let's go full throttle. Because if you want something, don't live your life just thinking about it and constantly reflecting on it. Actually do the shit. So that's the fourth point, is if you want it, let's create a plan to do the shit. Too many people come into the beginning of the year or come into working out not really thinking about the full plan, right? They think in terms of 30-day fixes, or they think in short-term ways of weight loss. They are accustomed and taught, our culture teaches that you can lose weight in 30 days, which you can, or that you can fix everything by taking this magic pill, which you can't. What I would say is that what we need to find is a sustainable model that considers your entire year, or at least 6 months that are coming up in your life for whatever it might be, whether it's weight loss or getting in shape or fitness. Now that might seem like a really big deal for you. And so that's where somebody like myself comes in, because we can kind of chart that out. When you're working with a good trainer, your good trainer can tell you, okay, so let's look at the next 6 weeks, because that's where I start with people. Over the next 6 weeks, we're gonna build a program for you. And actually, ma'am or sir, since you're a beginner, really, we're looking at about an 8-week plan, because we gotta start you off by teaching you foundations. You've never worked out before, so we need to give you a strong foundation. After we get that foundation down, then we put you in a strong, comprehensive workout program for 6 weeks. And then we get you for another 12 weeks. And if you're consistent, we're gonna take it to the next step. So the next step is we're gonna add on a nutrition plan. And here's where 6-month planning comes into effect. In my opinion, now other nutritionists offer different things. Some of my nutrition friends, like my friend Tips with Tony, she's a one-on-one nutritionist. She can work with you, a dietitian who can work with you on a closer level. But you might not have the finances for that. So you can do something like what we do here at Total Body Training, where we offer plans through Renaissance Periodization, or you can even go the free route, which is using MyFitnessPal, which is free. Don't cost nothing. You can do it. Plenty of people have lost weight that way. So what you'll do is you'll tell yourself, I'm going to try to do a nutrition plan for about 3 months, and then I'm going to take a break. This is how Dr. Mike Israetel and other people do it at Renaissance Periodization. Take a 1-month maintenance phase and then do another 3-month cut, depending on how much weight you need to lose. Maybe in 3 months, you'll lose the exact weight that you want to lose, right? Or if you want to gain weight, maybe you gain the exact weight that you want to gain in those 3 months. Whatever the case might be, we're going to want to make a plan that considers what your body is going to look and feel like for the next 3 months and then the next 3 months after that. Because what we're looking at is the bigger picture. We're looking at 6 months, 12 months, 36 months from now, how you're going to look and how you're going to feel. And I know for a beginner, this can be really intense, but that's where finding someone like myself or someone who is a good trainer who has a solid plan can help you. Now, there are lots of sources online. You don't have to come to me, right? Maybe I'm not the right person for you, right? I don't fit your demographic. Maybe you want to be a bodybuilder. I wouldn't be the right person for that. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm strong, but I'm not a bodybuilder. You're going to have to find somebody who can help you with that. So, that's my recommendation, is that you find somebody who can create a plan that considers your entire, 6 weeks, 12 weeks, 6 months, and 12 months, as opposed to thinking in short-term little bursts like 30-day fixes and things like that. And finally, my 5th suggestion here is what are some of the potential problems that you could run into over, the next year with your fitness. And here, that's one of the biggest things that people don't do. So people will start off and they'll get these first steps pretty decently. They'll get steps 1 through 4, or they'll kind of do number 4, but not really. And they won't consider some of the things that could come up. So what are some things that can come up? Let's say you're a parent and you've got 3 kids. Your kids are varying ages. One's about to graduate, one's in middle school, one's in elementary, whatever the case might be. Right? You've got to consider a few things. First, your kids could get sick, so that could keep you away from the gym. So right then and there, you have to decide, what am I going to do if I can't make it into the gym? Because I'm a single mom, or maybe my husband is tied up at work, or my wife is tied up at work, so I can't get into the gym. You can do a home workout. You've got to make that decision in advance. What does a home workout look like? Okay, now you might start thinking, well, my trainer has me doing strength training when I go to the gym. I mean, how could I do a home workout? I don't know how to. Well, you can hop online. There are free workouts. As a matter of fact, plug, we have free workouts that you can do on our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And they're only 30 seconds long. Not the workout themselves, but the videos. So I made them hella easy for you to read, y'all. And the information is down there, the amount of reps and the sets that you can do. So you can do that. Now, you don't like my workouts? You can go online and look up a HIIT workout or look up some other kind of bodyweight workout. Most of our workouts are body weight, so you can do them in the comfort of your home. Now, got nagging kids or don't have the space in your house? Then go outside and take your smartphone and put it there. All right, if you live in an apartment, maybe you don't have the room outside. You probably have like a pool, an area you can go hang out nearby, or a parking lot. Find a corner in the parking lot. If you're in a whole apartment complex, they have tennis courts, all sorts of space that you can do things in. Find a local park, somewhere that's close to your house so you don't have to really leave, right? There are all sorts of free damn options. You can also just go for a dang walk. So maybe you couldn't get into the gym. You couldn't do your powerlifting program, or you couldn't use a fancy machine, or you couldn't take the Taebo class or whatever. You can go for a walk. But a walk won't work as well as doing my class, John, and I'm just not as motivated when I'm at home. I understand, but you can't ask for everything. You can't get everything, and you've got to plan for those times when things aren't going to happen. And now is the time to do that and to decide, yeah, I know that one of these days my kid's going to get sick. You need to plan for the worst. You've got to plan for those days that your boss might keep you extra so you can't make it to the workout class. What do you do then? You work out on your own, or you go to the gym on your own. Because if every time that something comes up, which it'll come up more often than you would think, you drop off, then you're never really starting, right? You're never really committing to something because you haven't really thought through what you'll do when you're not in there. If you're one of my clients and you're struggling to do this, please reach out to me and I will help you. I've had people who say, John, I'm going on a work trip. Can you send me your workout? I will do that for you because we have comprehensive plans that you can do. You can go to a gym somewhere else, pay for a one-day pass or a week pass, or even try out some of those places for free to try them out, right? And get your workouts in. Or you can do it in a hotel gym. If you're a person who travels for work, you can go in the hotel gym. Don't want to go in the hotel gym? Doesn't have the right equipment? All right, work out, do bodyweight stuff up in your hotel room. There is always an option as long as you're flexible. And so that is why it's so important for you to consider what are some of the potential problems that you could run into. Maybe there's other things too, like you've got a wedding plans in Jamaica. Your friend's got a vacation wedding or something like that. Decide in advance that you're going to work out while you're there, that you're not just going to let yourself go, because if you leave on one of these long vacations and you don't do anything, you've got to consider what are some of the potential problems that you could run into. Maybe there's other things too, like you've got a wedding plans in Jamaica. Your friend's got a vacation wedding or something like that. Decide in advance that you're going to work out while you're there, that you're not just going to let yourself go, because if you leave on one of these long vacations and you don't do anything, I'm going to tell you that the chances of you coming back and getting back in the swing of things is usually lower than you would anticipate. So you would think that if you've built up a really good habit of working out consistently for an entire month or 3 months, that you would come back and back on track with it. A lot of times it's not. I hate to say it, but I see it time and time again, that people struggle when they come back from taking off an extended long period of time of having fun or having trauma or something going on in their life, right? So try to find ways to make these workouts stick with you. Try to find the things that could hold you back or the potential problems that you can run into on your diet, and then plan for them. All right, people, so I'm gonna go through our points again real quick here. The first one is, what is your reason why? The second one is, reflect on that reason why. The third one is, do you really want it? The fourth one is, if you want it, let's create a plan, something that takes into account 6 weeks, 12 weeks, 36 weeks, 6 months to a year of workouts and nutritions through baby steps. And then the fifth one is, what are some of the potential problems that you'll run into and how can you plan for them? All right, people, thank you so much for tuning in to the Total Body Training Podcast. Until next time, peace.